But Johnny and Judge Poe put their finger on it. More than anything else, we're united in our inability to get the images out of our heads. And Johnny's got them, and Judge Poe has them, and you have them, and any of us who did child pornography or child sex abuse cases. And it's not just the physical imagery of the abuse. It's trying to qualify a kid to testify. I mean, I hear the word children used. We refer to them as juveniles, not children. There's no children's court in South Carolina. There's a juvenile court. If you're a child and you don't know the difference between right and wrong, you're not going to be prosecuted, but you're also not going to be able to testify. So trying to get a 4 or 5 or 6-year-old kid qualified to testify in his or her own abuse case, that's the image that I'm sure you still, as well as a defense attorney positioning himself or herself so that child has to look at the perpetrator while he or she is telling what happened to him. So I go last because I want to encourage my colleagues to come, and they were great today in their participation, but I also want to kind of close up any loose ends. When I hear the term children, there is no children's court in South Carolina. There's a juvenile court, and it is for those under the age of 16. And there is a judge. So not only do you have to have a conviction, you have to have a judge exercise his or her discretion to put that person on a registry. And you put your finger on it. A registry is a notification document. The public is hereby notified that this happened. Mr. Sheehan, if there is an 8-year-old, as Ms. Pittman says there is, if there is an 8-year-old that is on the sex offender registry for life, that 8-year-old needs a new lawyer, not a new law. They need a new lawyer. I'd be curious if the marshals found any 8-year-olds that are on the sex offender registry for life. And I would love a list of all 8-year-olds who are on the sex offender registry for life. Because they need a new lawyer, or else it's the most egregious fact pattern an 8-year-old has ever committed. Detective Beaver, I said you and I would come back to this. This is what I want you to do for me. We won't do it today, and I got to get the permission of the chairman of the full committee, who's already not happy with me because I had him in California and not Virginia. But if we can work through that, this is what I want you to do for me. I want you to give me a list of the providers that are giving you a hard time. We may have another hearing. We may let them come and publicly explain why they are having a hard time complying with law enforcement in child exploitation and child abuse cases. My guess is that would be a very tough public explanation for them. So give me the names of the providers that you're having a hard time dealing with. And I may not can make them do it, but I can make them come and explain why they're doing it. And my guess is they won't want to do that. Their customers, 99.9% of their customers would expect them to work with you, not to thwart you